it's Olivia. Welcome back to my channel. So this is part 2 in my How to Vlog Your DCP series. So in video 1, which you may or may not have seen because YouTube didn't put in people's subscription feeds for some reason, but I talked all about what equipment to have on the DCP, what I recommend for cameras, video editing software, music, all of that stuff. So make sure to go check out that video. So today's video is going to be all about what to vlog and what not to vlog while on your program. So I'm mainly going to focus on safety conscious things, but also let's not get fired things, and then the two things overlapping. So I actually got a comment that says, how do I avoid getting in trouble or worst case termed from the program? As in, what are the rules for what you can say on vlogs and social media? So I thought that was a really good question, and so I made a list of things of what I personally think you can say, what is totally fine to say, and what I think you should save for your roommates and your mama. Now, I'm really interested to know how you guys are connected to Disney while you're watching this video, so let me know in the comments below. Are you doing the DCP? Have you done it in the past? Are you an annual pass holder? Do you just like watching my videos and supporting me? Thank you. Let me know what it is in the comments, and I look forward to reading them. Okay, so to start off with safety. Safety first starts actually when you create your channel and your channel name. I do not recommend putting your first and last name in your channel. It's just one of those things where it's like, if future employers type in your name onto Google and the first thing that pops up is drinking around the world, even though that's a totally normal thing to Disney, if someone sees that, maybe that's not the best thing, but also for just personal identity theft reasons and also stalking, I don't recommend putting your first and last name as your channel name. Next, when you're filming at your apartment, make sure to not film your actual apartment number and try to keep the building that you live in a secret as well. So a couple things, if you're ever filming a room tour or your move-in vlog, those are times when it's really easy to accidentally show the number, so be careful about that. But then also, if you are vlogging out in the housing area, if you start filming and you're walking away from the back building, the back corner where that's the only place you possibly could have come from, don't do that. Walk a minute or two so there's lots of buildings around so people don't necessarily know where you come from. And then when you're coming back to your apartment for the night or whatever, if you're filming, wrapping up the vlog, don't vlog all the way up to your building to your steps, because that's another really easy thing to do. So stop filming a minute or two before you actually get to your building. And again, this is a safety thing, you don't want to get stalked, especially if someone is in the program and is a fan. If they have access to Disney housing, they could literally come show up at your apartment. So let's not let that happen. I think it's totally fine to share what complex you live in, especially if you're going to do any filming out in that area. People are going to recognize it anyway. There's also really great security. It's gated all around. So I think it's totally fine to share what housing complex you live in, but as far as specific, this is the building and apartment number I live in, I wouldn't share that. Alright, so there are pretty much two main rules when you're vlogging on your Disney College program. One, do not vlog while you're clocked in, and do not vlog while you're backstage or show anything backstage. There's a reason for this. It's a mix of safety and preserving the magic, and I think you're gonna find that a large part of vlogging your program is keeping that balance between, I wanna share my awesome, cool experiences, and let's preserve the magic for people who are doing the program in the future, or who are guests, or who are Disney fanatics, but don't necessarily want to know all of the behind the scenes. You're also gonna find pretty quickly that backstage does not look the same as on stage, so keep that in mind. Don't ruin that magic. Let's keep the focus on stage. Now, typically my rule was once I got on the bus for the day, I did not film until I got off the bus at night. Or if you have a lunch break and you want to change real quick and go on stage, it's totally fine to film then. You're off the clock, you're not in costume. But if you're backstage in costume, don't film. Or if you're on the clock but wearing something different, don't film. But like I said, when I got on the CP bus, I would maybe film a little bit of the drive, especially if it was a new place. Or for example, Blizzard Beach, I worked there once. When the bus takes you there, it first goes through the guest entrance. So that's totally fine. If it's something guests can see, feel free to vlog it. So I filmed the Blizzard Beach sign, But then I stopped filming because I knew, okay, like once we go through this, then we're going backstage. So just be courteous of that. So likewise, if you're going to Epcot, totally fine to film the drive. But once you're getting into that employee, that cast member parking lot area, then don't film once you get to there. As far as traditions and stuff goes, it's totally fine to take a picture in front of Disney University. I don't recommend vlogging at Disney University. I still would consider it backstage. I don't know technically if that's considered backstage or not, but I did not vlog there. I don't recommend videotaping there. Also, again, like with traditions, there's some really cool things that happen at traditions, and I personally have not shared those really cool things because I don't want to ruin that magic for anyone who's doing the program the first time, who's experiencing that for the first time. So be careful, even if you're not vlogging backstage, when you're talking about backstage stuff, just watch what you say as well. So one of the first things you're gonna do, welcome to ops, and when you tour the park you're working in for the first time, when you have that day, at the end of the day, you go to costuming. You get your new costumes, you try on a bunch of different sizes, you get to see the costuming building, which is like insane. Don't vlog that. That is backstage. Even if you're in the dressing room by yourself and you're like, oh, look at me in my Disney outfit. Don't vlog that, because again, like, it's backstage. You never know what different like posters are on the wall or what employee information there is. What you can do though is once you get back home, feel free to put on your costume and film yourself then. Or what I think is really fun is when all your roommates show each other your costumes for the very first time. You have kind of a little bit of a fashion show. That's totally fine. When you're working in the park, you're seen by guests, people know what costumes look like. So that's not a secret at all, but backstage at costuming is a secret. So yeah, that's kind of some of the things you need to think about. As far as sharing your location, it's really up to you. There's vloggers who do. Personally, this last time around, I decided not to. That's a personal decision. You know, I told people, hey, if you see me in the park, feel free to say hi, but I'm not gonna put out there like where I work. You can share where you work. You don't have to. Lots of people do. I didn't this time around. Personal choice. Now, let's say you work merch at Circus. You decide to share that. Awesome. You go to your work area, to the shop. Let's say you're working there and you're like, oh, look, they do the embroider the Mickey hats there. They also make like the leather bracelets, and they can like engrave it with your name and like sometimes little character's face and things like that. So I think it's totally fine to be like, oh yeah, those are the embroidery. I learned how to do that. Yeah, you have to really watch out and make sure that you have the hat lined up, and yeah, that's something I mess up so much on the first day, but now I know that's the most important thing, and whatever, you gotta wash the thread, pick the right thread color. I think sharing all of that stuff, totally fine. I don't think you should say, oh, that door right there leads to a stock room, and that part of our stock room carries XYZ. Don't share that. Likewise, don't share like, oh, this is the system that we use on our cash registers, and by pressing these buttons, that's how you log on, and oh, there's a button called this, and that's how you open up the cash register. Like, don't share those kind of things, especially when it's like a cyber thing, but especially if there's something that's like role specific. So like, I feel like everyone knows what the hub is, right? So like, you don't have to say, oh, I logged on to this website to find out my schedule. Like, you can say the hub. Everyone knows it. If you're working specific roles, you use specific softwares. Don't give any specifics. You can say there are buttons that are for the face paint voucher, and are, you know, where if there's two of the same item, I don't have to scan it twice, I can just press this button twice. But don't share specific functions. Likewise, if you're attractions, and if you want to share, oh, on Everest, right there's a camera, and that's to this person whose job is to watch the safety of people. Like, I think that's fine to point out little like hidden things that like any guest can see. But don't then share, yeah, here are the 12 different things we watch out for, and here are the 12 things that we will stop the ride for. Because again, while you think, oh, people just want to know, we're all Disney fans, there are also people who will take that information and go, okay, if I do this, it'll stop the ride. So when I'm at this point of the ride, I will do that, create a diversion, they'll have to stop the ride, and then my buddy back there will be in line with a big mass of people and harm them. Like, hopefully that never happens, but that's a possibility. Likewise, if you tell people how to log into the cash register, someone could create a diversion, you step away from it, and this person comes and takes all the money. Like, that stuff is possible. There are con artists, there are people who actively try to steal from Disney. I know you don't want to think about that, but especially if you're putting information out there on the internet, especially when it's not necessarily your own information. Again, that's a really big thing why you shouldn't share backstage information, especially directions, or things like, oh, if you go behind this door at Epcot and you follow this hallway, it'll take you to this building, which, like, don't say that. Again, it's let's keep the magic alive, but let's also keep everybody here safe. Another really big thing to watch out for when you're filming is don't say anything negative about Disney. So even if you don't think it's necessarily negative, if someone could potentially perceive it as you saying something negative about Disney, don't say it. So for example, one time Sarah and I were in the parks, we were vlogging, and I was really interested in what the Disney Vacation Club was because I always was given, you know, the discounts to the members, and like, I was like, I don't even know what this is. I know they bring in a lot of money and that we're supposed to like, oh, like DVC members, oh, but like, I didn't know what it was. So we stopped at one of the booths and I was like, hey, I'm not interested in purchasing this. I just really want to know what it even is. And so he told us about how basically it's like the lowest level is a $20,000 buy-in, and then after that it's $600 a year, and with that you get room tokens and you get a merch discount, but you don't get a ticket discount, and blah, blah, blah. So he was telling me all of that. Later, Sarah and I were vlogging and I was like relaying the information I learned from the dude, and I was like, yeah, I don't get why you would do that. Why not just actually save up for a vacation you can afford rather than putting away all this money when maybe instead you want to go to like England or Ireland, but like now you're locked in to Disney and have to pay them $600 a year, and that's not even including tickets. I was like, that's just my personal thing. Like, I just don't know why you would do that. Like, I'm not a timeshare person, okay? So anyway, but there's lots of people out there that are, okay? So, but I was like, I was editing and I was like, shoot, if someone sees this, they could potentially see this as me saying, oh, don't purchase this from Disney, or oh, this is a waste of money, you shouldn't do that. Oh, this thing is not a good thing. Yeah, as an employee, you can't be saying stuff like that. You can't say, oh yeah, this stuff is way overpriced, just get it at Walmart. No, no, no. If you want to say, oh, I was at Walmart and found these, you know, keychains, I'm gonna get these for my friends for souvenirs, they're $2, cool, that's fine. But if you're like, yeah, why pay $16 for this when I could get this at Walmart for $4, blah, blah, blah. If you're still working there, like, that's dumb. Because you, like, you can't say that. Likewise, don't say anything bad about employees while you work there. Be careful about, like, saying anything negative about the company. Once your program's over, these rules still pretty much apply. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say like DVC, I personally don't understand it. If you're like a multi-millionaire and want to do it, cool, but I don't get the average person spending $20,000 up front on vacations when that's just a buy-in. So now I can say stuff like that, but I'm not gonna say, Tyler, my coordinator at Dinoland, did blah, 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 blah. Tyler is actually one of my coordinators and he's awesome. But like, don't share things like that. So don't say specific names, don't give backstage information. Like, that's not your information to tell, so don't tell it. If you're saying stories, again, try to keep it more like general. And I know there are tons of people who think I say way too much in my stories. There are other people who are like, you didn't tell us anything, like tell us more, tell us more. So again, something to keep in mind. Also, if you want to work for them again, like, be careful about what you say. I also got a question that specifically asked about this for character performers and how much you should say or not say online. I wouldn't really say anything online personally. When I was a performer, I never posted on Instagram, oh, hanging out with Minnie Mouse today, please direct all comments to Minnie, I'll make sure she gets them. But people do that all the time and apparently it's fine. I personally didn't do that. While I was on my program, I never said, oh, I'm hanging out with Chip and Dale today, blah, 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 blah. I was never friends with them, by the way, but I never said that in my videos, not until like after I got back, and then I was like, oh, I was hanging out with Piglet this one day. Like, then I said stuff, but I also knew I wasn't gonna be a character performer. Like, ever again. Yeah, I wouldn't really share anything to be honest with you, because there are people in entertainment who literally watch other entertainment vloggers videos to try to find a place where they messed up or didn't say something in perfect character integrity, and then will threaten to show the video to managers to try to get you fired. I had a girl tell me that she was gonna show my videos to the managers and get me put on a restricted no hire list, or on the, there's restricted rehire, then no rehire. She's gonna get me on the no rehire list. And so I had to tell her that was tortious interference with business and that I could sue her if she did that. So she deleted her comment thread, but don't worry girl, I still have the screenshot. But there are literally people who work there who are busybodies and will try to find ways that you mess up to fire you. So again, that's like a personal thing, how much you want to share. If you want to share videos of, not videos, pictures of like performers, or if you want to share stories. I personally chose, I think, yeah, even this time around, I didn't share stories until after I was done working for them. I wouldn't really share anything, to be honest with you. If you want to say, oh, I'm working with Magic Kingdom Day, oh, I'm working a dining shift today, oh, it's really hard learning the rotation, that's totally fine to say. Or, oh, it's Halloween, new costumes are out, I'm so excited, I feel so pretty when I wear this. Like, that's fine, but yeah, I personally wouldn't say like, oh, I'm friends with XYZ, oh, I work XYZ. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. So anyway, this is my video. These are my tips on how to stay safe and respect the company and not get fired. Basically what to vlog and what not to vlog on your Disney college program. I hope you guys found this video really, really helpful. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you gave it a thumbs up. Also leave a comment and share it with your friends who are vlogging, other vloggers, sharing the DCP Spring Advantage 2019 Facebook group that I know exists. Next video is going to be about more, how do you feel comfortable in front of the camera? How would you tell your roommates you were vlogging? Things like that. So if you have any more questions about vlogging, anything you want to know, make sure to comment that down below so that I can make sure to include it in my next video. Alright you guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Cry. Card. Where's the off?